I would like to just begin by saying that for 54 years, the Literacy Council of Reading-Berks has prided itself in its programs for the adult residents of Berks County to help these adults read and write proficiently, prepare for work, achieve success on the job, and become productive citizens. This morning, it gives me great pleasure to announce the largest federal grant ever awarded to the Literacy Council of Reading-Berks in its 54-year history. The United States Department of Homeland Security, Office of Citizenship, has awarded the Literacy Council a $250,000 grant for citizenship instruction and naturalization application services to help 200 Berks County legal permanent residents become citizens. The Literacy Council will expand its current citizenship program eightfold, as well as offer naturalization application services through our partner, Aldea, the People's Justice Center. The Literacy Council will provide the educational services that will give the enrolled immigrants the skills and knowledge they need to prepare for citizenship, which includes instruction in English, United States history, United States government, United States geography, United States holidays, and of course, the naturalization process. Aldea will be providing the application and legal services for these immigrants, and they will be speaking in a moment. So we want to thank you for being here today to help us with this wonderful project which will assist immigrants in our community become productive American citizens. And now Representative Houlihan would like to make a few remarks.
Good morning, everybody. It's really a privilege to be here today with you guys. And thank you, Ryan, for that terrific introduction. It's really terrific to be able to be here today and celebrate this beneficial and really important and timely grant of $250,000 from the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. I myself am the proud daughter of an immigrant. My dad came to this country as an immigrant, specifically in his case as a refugee, with his mom decades ago. And they had very little. In fact, one of the very few possessions that my dad did have arrived with was a very small teddy bear that sits to this day on my shelf in Washington, D.C. I keep it there as a reminder of his journey and my journey into service in our country. I'm going to back up on my planned remarks a little bit to comment a little bit on what Ryan said. My dad and my grandmother arrived speaking Polish. My dad and my grandmother my grandmother spoke Polish, Russian, Ukrainian, German, but she didn't speak English. And she ended up being able to come to this country and learning many of the skills that you all are talking about right now, including becoming a proud citizen of the country. She eventually ended up actually moving to Puerto Rico with her husband. She remarried a Chilean gentleman and then learned Spanish. So my grandmother was a really remarkable woman. My father served a career as a naval aviator, flying P-3s. And he instructed my brother and I that no matter what happens, your education is literally the only thing that cannot be taken away from you. We took those messages and that service and education very much to heart. My brother served in the Army and I served in the Air Force. And I also had the opportunity to understand the importance of service in a different way by being an educator, a high school chemistry teacher through AmeriCorps. This year, thanks to an increase in congressional appropriations, the USCIS has awarded an additional $10 million in grants, double the previous amount, for a total of $20 million to communities across this nation. This funding will go exactly where it is needed, to expand the range of services for lawful and permanent residents to seek becoming citizens, and also to assist those who are working to achieve lawful permanent residency. For any of you who have attended a citizenship class, it's really a sight to behold and one of deep appreciation for those who are applying themselves to take a test to become United States citizens. I can assure you that this is not an easy test. I can nearly guarantee you that many of us in this room cannot pass the test right now, and that's where this vital funding comes in handy. This $250,000 grant will assist us with literacy resources, preparation and outreach, and other educational support programs. As any teacher knows, you absolutely need resources and funding to be able to increase positive outcomes for our students. And these expanded USCIS grants will provide those much needed funds and assistance across this fine nation for so many people who want to be more fully engaged in our economy and in our way of life. Immigrants have positively contributed to our community and to our country in so many countless ways. As we look around the city of Reading, we are immersed in different cultures, different cuisines, different languages. Our country is made stronger by their influence and by their very presence. I'm very, very proud to have voted in Washington to secure the funding for this beneficial program, and I'm really proud to be able to serve as Reading's representative in Washington, D.C. It's genuinely the honor and the privilege of my lifetime to be here today, and I thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you very much. And I would like to ask if Commissioner Barnard would like to say a few words.
Morning, and thank you, Ryan, and to Literacy Council for the opportunity to speak on behalf of my colleagues, Commissioner Leinbach, Commissioner Rivera. We're so joyful and pleased that this opportunity presented itself through the support of Congresswoman Houlihan and her support of this $250,000 to come to Berks County. We overly support our residents here. We want them to succeed and become productive members, more so by being literate. And for the opportunity to go through 50-plus years at the Literacy Council, 90,000 folks here in our community learn to read. It's certainly a building block to being successful in our community. We really want to celebrate that and help you in any way possible to see that this happens in our community. Thank you to our support team here, especially BCPS. We're really engaged with BCPS with respect to reentrants coming back to our community. And this, again, for citizens to really have this opportunity to learn the language, which I find extremely complex, probably the most difficult language to learn of any, when Congresswoman Houlihan's grandmother's 6 languages, I have difficulty with 1. So here is an opportunity where a lot of people believe that government wastes money. I think this is going to benefit 10, 20-fold in our community. This $250,000 is going to expand into multi-millions of dollar opportunity for these 200 people that are going to qualify for this class. So thank you, God bless you, and thank you for the opportunity to speak this morning. Thank you.
And thank you, Commissioner Leinbach and Commissioner Rivera, there he is, for being here with us this morning. We appreciate it. And now I would like to ask our board president, Mr. Jim Wood, to make a few remarks.
Hi. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Ryan gave me these remarks on this small, so that's why I'm making these. My name is Jim Wood. I am the current president of the board of directors for the Literacy Council of Reading-Berks. Humbled to be in that position. Literacy Council currently serves legal permanent residents from around the world, including Central America, the Caribbean, and Asia. I just reminded myself that I have an Asian daughter that I just married off last week. So I guess she immigrated for about maybe 6 months before she became a naturalized citizen. The need for citizenship services in Berks County, especially here in Reading, is really enormous, quite frankly, when you think about it. And according to the 2019 American Community Survey, 19% of Reading's almost 90,000 residents are foreign born. So the need for citizenship instructions greatly outpaces the community that we have today from a capacity perspective. So we're extremely, I really mean extremely, grateful to the Department of Homeland Security for selecting the Literacy Council and LDF to provide this much needed boost to our community. And finally, naturalized citizens can apply for jobs without restrictions. They can obtain American passports. They can vote in our elections. And citizenship in this country, from my perspective, is key to economic prosperity. I want to thank you all for joining us today for this important announcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. And at this time, I would like to call on Literacy Council friend, personal friend, longtime supporter of the Literacy Council, and now partner, Executive Director of Aldea, Bridget Cambria. Yes, Bridget Cambria.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bridget Cambria. I am the Executive Director at Aldea. I'm here with fellow team members, Adriana, some team members here, and Jackie Klein, who co-founded Aldea with me. This is really a great moment for our organization and really for our community. Something that we've worked really hard for in our organization is representing a population in this county and in Reading in particular that's underserved and undervalued. I love nothing more than providing legal immigration services to the people that live here in Reading and helping the people that I grew up with, the community that I grew up with, that I love. This is where I was born. This is where I came to serve. That was my choice. And it's given me no greater pleasure than to bring in fantastic people into this organization to continue to help the people that are our neighbors. I am a former board member of the Literacy Council, so I know the value of their program. I also think that their program was also undervalued and underserved in this county. And one of the things that I know Jackie and I really were interested in joining the Literacy Council was the Citizenship Service program. We provide citizenship services through our private firm and through our organization, and one of the #1 questions we have for citizenship applicants is, where can I go to learn? I need help in English. Where can I learn English? And I have Literacy Council pamphlets ready to hand to them. Now, this funding will help not only our organization and our clients and the people that are our neighbors, but it's going to help expand those citizenship services that are desperately needed. Citizenship provides to a person so many things, and Adriana will talk much more about this, but it provides security. It provides the ability to stay with your family. It provides economic opportunities, but it just makes you feel welcome. It makes you feel like a part of a community that maybe you haven't felt wholly part of before. And it's ironically the last step for most of our clients. They've gone through something extremely difficult to get to that point where they walk into a citizenship interview and be able to successfully pass it because they've been, prepared. And when they walk out of that building, the relief that you feel, knowing that you're going to be sworn in as an American, it's something to behold. And I have the privilege of doing that as an attorney, and so does our team. So that I take as a very personal gift to myself in the job that I do. So I'm very happy that we were provided this grant. I'm very happy to work with Ryan. He's fantastic. And I want to thank everyone for being here and showing the importance of citizenship in our community. We're a highly immigrant community that needs to be valued, and we need to expand that. And this is like a really small but very important first step. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget. And now Adriana Zambrano, who is the programs director at Aldea, is going to say a few words.
Thank you so much. Me as a good millennial, I prepared my remarks on my phone. Okay, so this is a very exciting day. It's almost as exciting as the day that I became a citizen of the United States. You see, I'm not from here, but now that I'm a citizen, I belong here. That's what it means to be a citizen here. It is a choice that honors our desire to truly be part of something amazing, to really belong. Yes, it is a choice for us new Americans. The U.S. is our chosen home. We choose to live up to its virtues. We choose to learn its history and its foundation and make it part of our own story. We take the nation's challenges and its anxieties and we make it our own. With citizenship comes the gift of full participation in society, the precious right to vote and to have a say in steering our way to a more perfect union. And with it comes the duty to stand up and raise our voices when the choices our leaders make fail to honor our nation's virtues. It is a responsibility that we do not take lightly. For me personally, citizenship meant safety and family unity. Safety because it means that the tentacles of the deportation machine could no longer reach me. And family unity because with citizenship, I earned the right to bring my family and make them too part of this American adventure. Now my mom and my dad and my sister are here, and they too are citizens. Some mean people will call this chain migration. I call it, I'll never have to be alone. And this is a two-way street. For us in the communities receiving new citizens, their citizenship comes with flavors we've never tasted and colors our eyes have never seen before. We become better. Every new citizen is an open book with a different story and with something to learn, enriching our streets and our neighborhoods. We welcome them with open arms and open minds because once we were them, shaking our legs but standing tall in the promise of a new beginning. It is an honor to work with the Literacy Council, and we are so deeply grateful for this opportunity to make new Americans with your invaluable support. So let's move forward and let's work together, you and us and our incredible community, to preserve the promise of a golden door. Thank you so very much.